All right, everybody, welcome back. We are so excited to welcome the ramen of ramen,
yes,
otaku ramen.
Sarah,
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever had otaku, but it is always a hot spot. There are 1,000 different ways to prepare it. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, this isn't like dorm room ramen. This is this is a science here. So we want to know everything. Tell us the story of ramen.
The story of ramen is that it comes from China. And this noodle is different than pasta because it's an alkaline noodle, which means water, wheat, and a sodium bicarbonate, like a baking soda.
Wow.
So it cooks really, really fast.
Yes.
In like 60 seconds, it'll cook in here.
Okay.
So it's built in components. So what we do here is we have the seasoning in here. This is called tare, which is like really, really salty. And this is where all the umami happens.
Ooh,
Next,
the umami.
Next you have the broth that comes in.
Okay.
And you layer that over all the flavor.
I love ramen because you can slurp it and be messy.
That's right.
It's so much fun, yes.
Do you know why you're supposed to slurp?
No.
Isn't it polite?
Well, in Japanese culture, it shows that you're enjoying your food, but mostly it's because ramen is really hot. If I do my job right, it's ripping hot.
Yes.
So that means that when that noodle comes down into that broth, it keeps cooking. Okay. So you want to eat it as fast as possible.
Okay.
Right?
Now, there's something about the umami flavor that doesn't just taste good, it actually makes you feel good.
That's right. Umami is actually science. I used to think it was just like only great chefs could conjure umami.
Yes.
Not true. It means one or more amino acids is present in the food.
No
and
kidding.
Actually, this is a really fun fact. A neuroscientist at Vanderbilt proved that to be true. That the presence of umami on the tongue sets off receptors that actually make you happy. Ramen makes you happy.
Otaku ramen makes me happy, I'll tell you what.
That's it.
Okay, so what exactly are we making? What is this dish?
Yes, this is tonkatsu. This is kind of the mothership of all ramen.
Oh.
So tonk means pork.
Okay.
Katsu means bone. So it's pork bone soup.
Okay.
And in Japanese culture, this is really kind of the basis of ramen. And I love it because it's just so different than all other types of, I guess, soup, you would say.
Yeah.
Because you just don't normally think of a pork broth, right?
Okay.
It's a little bit different than what you would normally think of.
Now, you're talking about pork right now, but you do have vegetarian options.
We do. We have what's called a tantan men, which is actually, I was going to make that today. It was between those two.
See, that's what I always get, so I'm glad I'm trying something new.
The tantan men is basically chili and sesame flavors.
Yes.
Ooh,
So
that's good.
Yeah.
So if somebody's a newbie to ramen, what would be like a safe, like start with this one to get your palate kind of going?
Yeah.
I think you start with the basics, and this really is the basics.
Okay.
This is where ramen begins, because ramen is really about the combination of salt and fat. Salt, fat, and then that wheat noodle is what really brings all those flavors together.
And the smell is incredible.
Why
I'm going to walk
color?
you through. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to walk you through this. So this is called mayu. This is black garlic oil. We have, and that black garlic is a bitterness that's meant to offset the real fattiness of the broth.
Okay.
And then we've got a little bit of scallion, wood ear mushroom, and then to finish it off, this is our version of what's normally called chasu in Japanese culture, which is kind of my node to barbecue, pulled pork that's just seared on top. I love it because it just kind of falls apart when you start to eat the ramen.
Right.
Wood ear mushrooms, these are really fun, nice texture.
Yes.
I thought they were noodles.
This is incredible.
Oh my gosh, okay.
It's absolutely
We're
beautiful.
going in.
And I forgot chopsticks, don't be mad at me.
Hey, I told you I like to slurp it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank
Get
you
in there,
so
ladies.
much.
Give her a
Thank you
try.
so much. Ooh.
Yes.
Yes. Yum.
There's a spoon.
Oh, that
there.
is good.
I love it. She was going to pick up that bowl and drink
I was
from
gonna
it.
go all the
I
way.
love it.
I'm not messing around here. This is otaku ramen. I've been wanting one forever.
Yeah. Well, we serve to go as well. So if you need it on the couch instead of in the shop, you can do that too anytime. Just make sure you order from us directly on the website.
Yes.
DoorDash is still going to bring it to your door.
They do. They
but
do.
ordering from us is always better for the restaurant. So thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
being
for having
here.
me.
Make sure to check them out online. Go to otakuramen.com. There's quite a few different locations, so check them out now.
Yes.
And